Bonsoir. Hello, good evening. Hope you're fine considering how warm it is, at least in France. But tonight we'll try to be like close to Dan 1. Last time we reached the third cup, so 0 game played. And if we have a winning hot hand, then we may play the 7 games. Or I think I will complete that Sunday. That seems reasonable, so that the cup will be over, and that will be the done system. Okay, so let's go with this. Alright, and as you can see, so let me change this. Alright, as you can see, we are playing a one Dan player right now with a better elo than us, and he's going for, yeah, it works, outer elephants. Not the opening set the most popular, not the best one that I know, but I try to give my best on that. I'm a bit too lazy to sorry, to learn those systems with outer elephant, and I already got crushed with that. But I guess if I want to get better, I have to start to think about it. Alright. So if I bring back the cannon, he plays check and he goes back, so he doesn't lose the rook, so there's no real point in going that. However, the thing to notice is that this elephant has nowhere to go, but to activate the rook he may simply move over, but this pawn is a bit weak. I'm not sure there's directly a way to use that. Usually people pushes there to gain space and mobility for the elephants, but I'm trying to see if there is a way to punish that. Seems a bit early. Maybe I'll simply go and play with both rook on this side, since the pawns are isolated. I'll get more pressure. But before that I need to develop a bit. Okay, so now he goes for this, and I guess I was thinking about elephant there. Now that creates a hole here, but the counterpart is that he may play the elephant. So yeah, let's take this space here. I'm not bringing the rook there because those two squares are blocked. So if I go for rook there, then I have a double threat here. And if he goes like this to play with the rook, playing cannon there is very secure. There's no way he can do anything in this particular set. However, what he gains is that he links the two pawns, so he will be able to like save at least for a little timing this one. Something important to remember is that this is a free square, so I could try something, not yet because the cannon defense, but that's something to really consider at some point. And now not so much. Okay, so I'll develop the elephant and maybe sacrifice like this. Hello. But of course he can play elephant there, so there is this threat. But I guess I'm fine with this. Check. Yes. Take. take, and after I can take back there. So that he protects this one, but at the same time he's losing the column. And I could go for something like that. Sorry, that was a Steam notification for those who know. I forgot to remove that. What if I go with both elephants? Because he cannot really push. I would say it depends on the position, because pawn are often it's often important to consider pawn as a pawn structure. So for example, if you could like sacrifice a pawn here, an elephant or a pawn, then a weak pawn will be there, and if you have something, maybe if that pawn is not there anymore, you have a nice square, you calculate it. That's more in terms of structure on long term, because on short term it's like losing a point, because elephant is 3 and pawns are 2, but it's more, I would say, in a positional way that it needs to be considered. So I won't take back, because there's no need. I was thinking about elephant takes, but he may push, and then I will be losing some, so it is better to take here. Of course he will be able to exchange a guard, which is not often so good. And the question is to take with the king, or yeah. By bishop you mean elephant? Okay, yeah. It can be a strong piece, he can do a lot of nasty attacks, but if it's in a bad position, yeah, it will be hard to recycle. And by recycle I mean bring it to good squares. For example, if I want to bring this elephant here, that will need a lot of moves. Okay, so there is a discovery that is given, but seems like there's nothing good to do with it. Cannon sacrifice. Yeah, why not? So that I will be able to take this one. He will probably go back to the center, and now if I bring the rook with check, he has to go with the pawn, and there's not yet any way to punish that. I cannot really bring this pawn because I need the structure here, so maybe my best bet is to bring back the cannon, because when the pawns are isolated like this, that's often not the best set. Okay, so he removes the rook. Check. If he goes to the corner, that may be complicated. If he goes here, Um, yeah, I could. I cannot take the pawn because otherwise that's check, and I'm losing the rook. So, and at the same time that gave the knight to defend, or he can go back with the cannon. But now I'll get some play with my rook, and he cannot yet take advantage of that column to enter my base, because those two open files are already controlled and defended. So I need something to do with the rooks, like this for example. Of course I'm paying attention to the potential squares of the elephant. Go here and try to avoid, I would say, to have pieces are in the net. And the most worrying for now is this. Sorry, this, because this is a pinning. I guess here, for example, it's a position where I would sacrifice the elephant without problems, because I will be able to bring that knight that doesn't play so much.
10초 남았습니다.
Yeah, but I missed that the cannon can sacrifice, because if knight takes, cannon takes, pawn takes, rook takes, and that's becoming to be annoying, I guess.
(10초 남았습니다.
Okay, let's threaten the cannon for now. And there is a nice checkmate if he plays it not in the good way. And now if he takes with the cannon, that's not a big deal anymore. Still not so happy with what's going on. I could exchange everything, but before that,
10초 남았습니다.
yeah, that will be arriving. Let's get some time to think about it. Take. The issue is the knight, because it cannot go there. There's the elephant, and if it was threatened, then the rook could have taken here, and that's what I want to avoid. At the same time, yeah, I'm creating some holes in the structure. Not so sure about this one. Yes. Okay, so that I can go to that square. If I went back there, then I would be kind of blocked. So I guess he will bring back a pawn to the center that would link and chase the rook. And now he's planning to retreat the king wherever it's safe. I guess I don't have better choice than recycling this one. I have to pay attention to the cannon, but there is still 2 pieces and I will be like moving somewhere else with the rook. I think the play would be to, sorry, that's a lot of arrows, would be to be there with the knight so that the rook has to leave this row. Now the sacrifice may be worth it. Okay, that's pinning the elephant. The defense is to bring a pawn. Oh. Rook takes. Still not so easy to hold, but I think this move is holding everything. Like that's the triangle protection. He will go there, but here there's no way to check directly. Maybe here, yeah, that will take a lot of moves from him. And how can I benefit from that? Not so clear. I can exchange the rook. Yes. Basically that's exactly what you want to do when you have 2 rook against 1, and especially when there is cannon, because the cannons alone won't be able to do so much. But if there is a rook, for example, threatening the cannon, then it can become like highly dangerous. And here I guess I'm fine. I will have to mind this, but I still have a lot of minor pieces, and I will be able to block the knight, or even to capture the elephant. Yes. Okay, I think this one is pretty over, but yes. So he pushes, I go there, he pushes, knight takes, cannon takes, and after I come back and I pin the cannon. So no need to be afraid, and he can go here because there is the knight also. Okay, let's how to bring it there. Yes. So knight there, cannon jumps. Don't forget that the cannon can jump this way, Often it seems counterintuitive because that's dangerous when there is a lot of pawns or minor pieces, but here there is not so much, and that square is already blocked, so the cannon won't be threatened before a lot of moves, and even if it threatens I can still go that spot, so quite safe for now. Yes. Even if the cannon goes there, this knight is protected. Oh, but even the elephant is already threatening there, so I can move this knight. Yeah, I was expecting this, so knight check. I guess the best move is to bring the pawn, blah blah blah. I cannot bring the knight there because he moves and I'm pinned, so I don't know. Yeah, let's bring some pawns so that now I don't need a knight to cover this square, but I simply can do it with my pawn, and I may recycle the knight. So here, as you can see, I bring my rook aligned with the cannon, but what's good is that this knight cannot be protected by something else, so if he moves the king I can take the rook directly. And actually that's kind of a pinning of those three pieces for my rook, which is good, and I will try to now bring the king out of this middle file. Okay, that's for chasing the elephant, I would say. Simply targeting for killing this knight that is pinned. Elephant there, elephant home. And oh, but I missed this. No, rook takes. Yeah, this is very weak for him because there's no pawn anymore to protect the knight. Yeah, I'm not really afraid of this one. Yeah, I think that was the best to do. So we beat our first Dan, and that was actually an interesting game. I could benefit from the fact that he missed that the elephant was spinning, but that's a win to take. Well, as you can see, as soon as we reach a kind of better level, the games are more longer, there is more clean move, and really focused on the structure. So again, a first Dan, and we are. I think he resigned. Yeah. Okay. Interesting advertisement. Second cub. Stop. Alright, let me swap the board. I think the little sister of Marianne is just having fun with the keyboard. So let's... No, I don't think it's Marianne. I think it's her little sister. She has a twin little sisters and they are kind of crazy, I guess. Alright, so I haven't checked. Yeah, 2100 elo, not so much gameplay, like kind of similar. So important to be really careful about this one. Okay. Yeah. I wasn't really counting on gaining the rook, but still that's something appreciated. Elephant. Yeah, and that's indeed Quima against one Yama. Okay, rook takes. Not really subtle. They'll be back with the cannon. Since the rook cannot go there, I'm kind of fine with this. Okay, what's to come? Maybe knight to this square. Or the elephant. So rook there, elephant takes, pawn takes, rook here, and that's not great for red. Okay, I try a small variation. Elephant takes, elephant takes. Okay. No, I won't be exchanging. Okay, now I have this and this. I would love to trap the rook because there's not so many squares left. Actually, there is only this one. So cannon there, rook there. Oh, I think he played the worst move. I don't get what at all what's the point of this. Yeah. It was a piggy move. I think bringing the rook here is slightly better because I will have to sacrifice my cannon of the central file. But the most important is that there's no rush to do it. I can try something else before. Is there a way to improve my position before this? That's the question actually. Because I use the fact that he's a bit paralyzed. For example, when I exchange, he will jump with the knight or the pawn or do whatever he wants. So the best is to delay so that he's a bit stuck. And they try things like this. I'm not bringing the pawn there because I'm afraid of cannon sacrifice, pawn takes, and rook takes this one. Okay. Still, that's the same deal. So if I bring my rook, I can simply jump back, so that's not so interesting. I will have to pay attention about this. So okay. I will already unpin there. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. It was Marianne little sister. Okay, and now it's time to take. Kind of missed this. Yeah. Now both of them are threatened. Well, I think I am throwing this. I missed that sneaky elephant. The score is still better for us, but I don't know what I can do with the two rooks. I cannot go there. I don't have so much pressure in this file. My pawn structure is not like awful, but this elephant is useless. And this knight also. Maybe. Okay, so that's to, I would say, fortify the fortress. But the counterpart is that now I have a double exchange, or if he goes there, this one is for free. So, a bit better to remove this pawn chain, because this pawn will remain single, or there was this move that I forgot, which is quite defensive, but it works, so nothing to criticize. I'd like to have some play with the cannon. But I will need to pay attention about kind of back rank checkmate if the rooks move somewhere else. Yeah.
(10초) 남았습니다.
I try to break this open so that I can have some play for at least this elephant. So you suggest 3486? 3486. Yeah, but this guard pawn was coming, so
10초 남았습니다.
I prefer to keep the cannon applying some pressure here, and those pawns are quite good. Okay, let's get some extra time. And I don't want to sacrifice my cannon for a knight. Elephant there. It's kind of annoying. I'm not. Okay, I think that's to recycle to this square so that he will have both. I think still elephant to this spot was better. Yeah, but now this elephant is not anymore completely useless. Like this doesn't work because that's a free knight, so I think the best is to bring back the cannon. But now that's a better square for sure. Maybe here at some point to fork, and already the pressure there and there. But the issue is that the elephant will threaten that square once the cannon is away. For example, cannon takes, and I'm not sure that's what I really want. But if the knight goes there, then I can play this because the cannon takes elephant and the rook takes knight. So yeah, I think this was his best square. No, it was the try, because now you have the double attack on the knight and the cannon. And honestly, I would prefer to remove the pair of knights and that he keeps the cannon. Because this pawn is also very interesting for me, since I want to bring an elephant to that spot. And once I remove a guard, that will be hard for him to defend if the two rooks are cooperating, even if I have only one cannon. But okay, so basically he's giving me the choice of what I want to take. I will take this. He could try to come back there, but then the knight kicks in, elephant check, pawn takes, elephant takes knight, and I'm not in a great position. Nah, would have loved to have some attack there, but that's a strong move actually. So I'm not bringing the knight here because elephant check, and after elephant takes knight. So I will simply bring the king there. That will also give some space for this rook. But now that square is denied because of the cannon. Still, I prefer my king to be here. Okay, so I have a better score, so I simply need to hold. Now he goes to play with the rook. I want to see... No. So I cannot bring the knight because if cannon takes, rook there, and that's not checkmate. It's weird because I feel kind of paralyzed. Okay, let's simply try to exchange the rooks. That's the best thing to do, as we saw also in the last game. It was also not balanced considering the rooks. So let's just deny this rook and avoid kind of pinning from the cannon. Oh, but now there is the checkmate.
10초 남았습니다.
I will be able to bring the knight there and exchange it. So that's not something to refuse, especially when you can fork after. Still will be able to defend with the cannon, but now I have a bit more space. And he could go for a knight there, but I would bring my knight here and he would have lost sorry, a cannon. Alright, those are doing a pretty good job. Oh, but
10초 남았습니다.
yeah, maybe he will resign on this. No, okay. Since there is 2 rook there, checkmate. Okay, so the games are becoming harder and harder, and that's only the first dan. Again, he... Oh yeah, but that's completely... Yeah, no, that offset. I should try to fix this, but I'm not really have time to work on the layout. So first cup, and we are close to 2200. Okay, and we are this time with not facts, thanks, against inner elephant. Yeah, I don't know why I'm confused. That's the way to play it. Okay. Not sure I'm liking this move. The next step is to break. But is there a way back for the elephant? That's the question. Yeah, it will have a way back once the pawn is pushed. Otherwise, he can simply try to push, but then I go with this one. There's no way to take. What if he goes 88, 86? No, sorry. 68, yeah. Yeah, maybe that was better. So the pawn would still have been there and use the cannon to jump to, I don't know, a nice square. So here I guess there's a small trap. Rook takes, knight there, and the rook is dead. So yeah, I missed the opportunity to gain that pawn. Still, I have... no, I think I messed up something. Because I cannot move that pawn. My elephant is blocking the way. Okay, my idea is to push because I have some pressure on that column. I cannot bring the elephant, but still this pawn will do the job. If the cannon goes there, then the rook defends. And even if he goes there, I simply push because he cannot take with the rook since I have the elephant. Maybe the best for him is to play the knight. Then I push, pawn takes, rook check, pawn, elephant takes. Seems reasonable. But my goal was to remove the elephant from this spot. Yes. The good news is that he will have to do something about this. Probably move like this. Yes. And now I could play this, but that is not so much interest doing that. What if boom has to push? Now let's play classic. Bring the big machine gun to this side and maybe ultimately double the rook here. Okay, so this sacrifice, elephant takes, rook takes, and there's a discovery that I don't care about. Alright, that's what. Meh. I don't like the fact that the rook will move. Okay, let's see, because there is some interesting ideas that still are on the way. For example, moving the cannon there. But yeah, I should have seen that you could simply check instead of going for the cannon. Nah. Oh, that's not great, because if I go there, then I can jump here. Yeah, we could say that's 1-for-1, but he's in a better position in my opinion. Also because of this. That's not a surprise. Oh. Hmm. Yeah, it's a great move. Thanks. For now, it's saving the day. No rook there. Yeah, it works. Okay, so the idea is to play that little fork, but if I play rook here, knight takes, rook takes, knight takes rook, and I am down a cannon as before. So not the way to go. I'm not sure about taking pawn because I get this and I don't want to. It was a trash play. Yeah, that's. Sorry, I'm blind. It was the. Oh, such. Ugh. Alright. Is there some hope remaining? Nah. Not really, I would say. So I will lose this cannon, whatever happens. Yeah. Boom. So that was for rook takes. He still can do. That's the best move to do. Rook takes, pawn takes, knight takes, 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 and there's nothing back because the cannon is dead. It's a shame. I cannot let the rook in my field like this. So take, check. I think I will resign in a few moves. Yeah, that's. 07, 87. Yeah, but I was thinking about something more like attacking, but I have to say that's pretty dead. Yeah. That's to avoid the rook checkmate. Kind of forced. Can take, and yeah, time to stop. Okay, so I completely gave up that game. Forgot the cannon, I forgot that the rook could check. Yeah, really punishing to miss some moves at this level. And I messed up a combination in the beginning. It was better to go with the cannon rather than the pawn. And we are again with Han against 2000 elo. Check. It goes with that one. Okay. So we may try to exchange at some points. And that would be good for him, of course. I don't think that's a good move. I'm trying something. Rook check is by far the best. I think rook check before was better. And maybe for me also, rook check. Yeah, I guess I have no choice, otherwise that would be too much pressure. Already here you will be able to, not yet, but to exchange that. No, if he goes there I can push, and that's something nice. May try to trap a knight like this. Alright, but now he can retreat here. The counterpart is that now this square is not taken anymore. Right. I think that's the best to exchange, because his rook is better than mine, so need something to compensate, like my bad rook for his better rook, but that's leading toward an endgame, so the odds are a pawn for an elephant, so I'm still half a point ahead. But I would say not so confident to where it will lead. Both of us has not really moved the king. Alright, and here I'm trying to, I would say, block or kind of trap this elephant, but the cannon will be able to go back. So knight there, pawn here. Okay. No, cannon takes. Doesn't work. Pawn takes, and once the elephant is here, there's not so much to fear. That's nice, because I'm threatening the elephant, but the best idea is that I'm preventing the elephant from retreating, so that now I simply bring the knight and the elephant is dead. So that was a nice combination, because it works because my cannon cannot be threatened too quickly. I have a check that's useless for now, but for example, if the knight goes there, that's just something to remember, that in those typical squares, sorry, there is a check pattern for the elephant. And maybe No, I definitely need to take. Okay, let's try not to blunder that game. Cannon takes could work because of this, but there is the knight. And here we need to retreat, bring it there and sacrifice for a knight. Yeah, that's even better, because I may have some use for this. So my idea is to try to gain that knight, and to do so I want to threaten so that the cannon goes back there, then elephant check, and the only move is to bring the pawn, and the pawn is pinned, and after to take. But before doing this, I will need to play that kind of suspicious move. But maybe it will work. I hope so. The problem is that he could try to go, yes. Check. And even if he tries to bring the king, I have this one for free. So again, a nice combination, and I think this one will give enough advantage to get the game. Yeah, there's a free pawn, so what I expect is pawn take, take, defend. I play this so that if he pushes I can go back. Okay, still this may be on the spot, that's quite annoying. I could try to take, but that's not so safe because of So here I decide to block with the cannon, because even if the knight moves, there's a risk of of the elephant attacking, so better to block both. And I will sneak the pawn so that my knight has more play. Okay. Yeah, that was expected. I will have to give back some material, I guess. The good news is that if he brings the pawn, I can bring the cannon. Knight takes, king take. That's the idea. And the cannon is not so much free on this file, so I guess that's fine. So the key idea is that now the pawn is pinned, and even if he tries to go there, I simply bring the knight, and since the elephant controls there, he's forced to come to the middle, so there's no risk right now for this. And better than that, I can do cannon check and cannon back. No, sorry, cannon check before. Back, of course, cannon check. Right, maybe trying something like knight, sorry, a cannon there, cannon takes, move check, bring the elephant. Okay, so that's two to take it. I don't really care right now exchanging the knight for the cannon because I have a better score. And now there's a beautiful move. No, sorry. I thought that would work, but there is still some squares on this side of the board. So let's pin the cannon before it takes corner elephant. Probably something like this. Oh, not really. Okay, the good news is that the knight is threatened. So even if he takes, and yes. I think he will resign here. So he's only 2 points to the border. And I simply guess cannon takes is enough. game is over because he's less than 10 points. Okay, so we haven't progressed so much, only to win because of one game lost. And I play one or two more. I hope that I may have a quick game, but I think you will have to be used to longer games. That's how it works when the level increases. And that's again the same configuration. We are with Han again. Okay, I use the fact that the elephant covers. Sorry. So that if this one come, I can defend there. Yep. That's the square he's aiming for. And that's the way to defend, because this is not attacked anymore. Maybe he will go for something like this, but in that case I bring the rook. Yes. This is completely useless. Cannon, hide the king. It will depend. I don't want a rook check, and a rook here blocks the elephant. So rook check, that's not a problem. You could check here, but there is like nothing to do. I bring that. And I think that was not such a good idea for him to resign that column. Okay, what's to come? And that will be annoying. Is this? But I have some time to deal with the threat. Because cannon there, pawn push, and I simply wait, and if he takes, I take, and I'm still okay with the elephant. Oh, but after he brings the pawn back, and now I lose the elephant. Okay, let's try who has the biggest attack. My idea is to try to bring the elephants so that they defend each other with cannon there, and at the same time, if he pushed, then I can take this for free and check. So that delays him a bit, and he has not so much space. So it will be safe for me to play that. I don't have so many advantage about directly bringing the rook in. So yeah, as you can see, he pushed, and that's good. Go for this. Knight takes check. Yes. Okay, let's sacrifice this one. And now I have that defense as intended, and of course I will bring the knight, so I would say I'm fine. My king was not on that fight, so no problem about sacrifice. That's not a sacrifice, that's 7 points for 7 points, so that's the risk of creating holes. And I guess that will lead for a better position. So he gave up one knight for one pawn. That's surprising. I cannot take and take because there's an elephant, so he will push. Yeah, I go back. I think going with the cannon was better for him. Nah. I don't really like it because that may deny my rook, and at the same time I'm not so much into bringing the rook back there. I don't know, not sure that was the best move. But my idea would be to exchange the rooks, because we already have a great material advantage. And now that's for cannon takes. So the question is, do I want to keep the pair of elephant, and that will allow him to have a pawn there. Yes, because even if I take, this pawn will be extremely weak, and now that's not possible to take. I have to mind those, but for now that's not a big deal. And is there something we can do about that? I would say yes, but maybe not yet directly. Okay, that's... Okay, no, that's more natural. Okay, that doesn't lead anywhere. So ideas will be to play with the rook and also with the cannon. And that's pretty solid. And for example, sacrificing, not really worth it, I would say. So I could check, he goes there, and that's bluff. So Elephant takes, pawn takes, cannon takes, cannon takes, cannon back. 45-73, yes, that's what you calculated. Yeah, I think I will do it because his elephant on this spot is very annoying. Still he does it. But the problem is that the knight check will be probably deadly, since if he goes there, that's kind of checkmate directly. If he goes there, there's no protection. If he goes anywhere here, there's a discovery. Well done for finding the check horse and I would say the whole combination. Check. So that's again a 3 horse. No, that. Oh. Yeah.
10초 남았습니다.
Okay. That's threat of checkmate like this, and if elephant takes, that checkmate here. So his best move is to bring a guard, but I take the cannon, and that will lock hit on this very file, and I bring the cannon, and I think he will have a hard time defending this. Also considering the fact that I can simply rook takes and take the rook after. Oh, that's slightly better to check. So that's pinned, that's why there's no wheel. So now and you have to waste a tempo to defend that guard. Like this, for example, and there, yeah. Seems to be good move, but the pawns won't be too far and not so coordinated. So right now we have a great pawn point advantage. Okay, that's one solution. Check. I'm going with the guard because I don't want to pin my cannon. I prefer him to, I would say, waste some moves. I think there was a mat. Not sure. No, I don't think 88, 99, but it goes back. Ah, come on, that's such an
10초 남았습니다.
annoying move. Okay. There, that's not checkmate. He will need a pawn to be able to try something. And there is something I may try for me is to bring back the elephant so that if he takes, that splits apart the guards. Okay, let's do this. That can't be bad. That prevents check, intermediate move, and also remove one defender. So there is some discoveries. But the best is to get back the elephant in business. Okay. Protecting. I think here is slightly better because it blocks a potential defense. I will buy some time just to try to discourage him to play further, but looks like he doesn't care. Okay, I will just give that knight. Because after that we will be an extra cannon and he will have zero attack. He could try something like this, but I bring the rook there and then all is blocked. Because the elephant doesn't cover us anymore. He can push, take, he can take, I take. Alright, and now he cannot even more take this, he has to move and they maybe check like this. That's not checkmate because he can do this double protecting move. Yeah. And it's becoming closer and closer to the end. Or I could try to exchange the rook. It would have been something possible. Yeah. I think that's the best to do. check that this forced take. Yeah, but let's shift it. Sorry. Alright, so that's 3 victory. Do you want me to play another, or we stop here? It's like you want. There's like not so many people remaining. So I could play another one. Okay, one more. Thanks. And that will be the last for tonight, and we're playing a one dan. And we'll go with opposite side elephant. And that's the first time of the evening that we are playing this one. So our opponent is a ton of games and kind of stabilized here. Yeah, but it's okay. It's summer. People have better to do than probably staying in front of a computer, maybe enjoying the evening. And I'm not really streaming for viewers. I mean, playing Korean chess wouldn't be the best idea, I guess. So I'm fine if there's not so much people. Just like, if you enjoy, that's good for you. If not, not a big deal. Check. Cannon goes. Right. Not sure I already played this move. Yeah, because it's not great. If I push, he simply goes back to the side. Okay, and that's a very early side king move. I could check, but that's kind of useless. It would be great if the pawn was not here. Yeah, Quima, that's opposite elephant. Okay, let's play crazy. So you expect something like this, for example. Oh no, not this. It's losing a pawn. But my plan is clearly to come back to this square. I could try something like this actually, because he would be. Oh no, he could play the pawn. Check. No, I don't want to go back there. Alright. Why not? Oh. Oh, but he can defend with the cannon. There's a lot that can be done in that particular situation, but also a lot of bad moves, so Okay, I'll go for... But I'm not giving the elephant because he will be blocked after. Alright, let's see. Right, I was expecting this. This elephant is bad. Nah. Not really like this. Okay, I was expected to be chased. Yes. So I have to pay attention about discovery, but there's nowhere this cannon can go. And the good news is that I've been able to stick my rook past the pawn structure, and that's most of time something interesting to do. Alright, so I prevent the discovery and at the same time maybe securing this square just to get some space, or sacrifice this elephant to get the file, because those two are not in a great shape. But the problem is that if I bring the elephant I will be pinned, and yeah, of course he goes for playing with the rook. Yeah, he could try to kill my elephant, but that's not a big deal because basically what I want to do is to remove material. He could try to pin the cannon, but there may be at some point a combination about bringing the knight that would check and after take the rook. So that will be something to remember if he goes there. I guess my next move will be to get space with the elephant, even if that means being pinned. I may unpin at some point, but the risk is that there's no going back square for the elephant, but I really need to sacrifice here. That would be an annoying move. Okay, I would not say that's great, but I will say that's fine. This is to come if he doesn't take, and if he takes, check, knight there. Check, pawn, check, and take the knight. Yeah, it works. So here my main advantage is likely the cannon on his file, and the fact that his cannon is not like playing so much, and he was playing with red and he kind of overpassed the pawn, so that my rook is now free to move in his side without so many annoying counterpart. Check, that's on the play. Or rook check and unpin, but I prefer this variation because it prevents the king from already going back there. Okay. Well, I guess he belongs here. Rook check? Not yet, not yet. Maybe going there with the elephant, but I can come back, and that's his turn to be pinned. No, he has the knight. And if he goes with the knight, then rook there, and that's pretty solid for me. Because even if the knight reaches there, I can simply go with the cannon. See? He does the king move, whatever, so better not to waste the tempo, even if that would mean that my elephant is not pinned. Cannon there may be awkward defense, because that won't last so long, considering I could simply bring the rook. And he's giving up the elephant, not sure he had the choice. Trying to see if there is no like rook trap, for example. Cannon there, rook there, knight here, but no, it seems that it's quite safe for now, and he wants to dive in my side, so I will simply close and at the same time link the pawns. He may come back, and if he does, I don't know, maybe bringing the knight to the side, so that would waste this knight, but at the same time, yeah, that's already, no, I think I would go for something more aggressive. At some point there may be a sacrifice. Oh no, there is the knight. Okay. So what if I go there, rook here? No, and I'm stuck. Yeah, I took the elephant, but I'm not planning to stop here. But there's a knight hanging. It's something to
10초
remember.
남았습니다.
So you can beat the pawn. 57. No, there was like 3 defender. Sorry, there was a 3 defender.
10초 남았습니다.
Okay, so he doesn't take. That's I would say slightly annoying. But I'm going to the side, and why I am doing that is actually to control this very square. So for example, if the knight is away, then I can simply rook checkmate, because this knight will be pinned. Okay, that's still possible. Let's play something that, for example, looks stupid. It looks stupid because this seems to be a knight move. The cannon is pinned, the knight is not protected. But the counterpart is that now the knight is pinned and the elephant has a great control here. So yeah, that's a way to prevent it. And maybe did I blunder
10초
something?
남았습니다.
I can eat, yes. He cannot take because that's checkmate. No, but if I eat, he takes there, and I'm kind of stuck. That's okay. My main issue is that knight, because otherwise I could sacrifice. I can take with the horse, that's right. But I'm afraid about him. Okay, that's quite strong because the risk is take, checkmate. If he doesn't care, I can simply, for example, take check. Not check, but he can decide to pin, but I can come back, check, and take the rook.
10초
If
남았습니다.
he takes the rook, I do checkmate. So I guess that's a way to defend, because now he could take the rook. Still, he will have a painful time defending all those. For example, there is a that seems to be a very
10초 남았습니다.
funny move to try. Like check. No. Okay, so that's for 3. I don't know what. Yeah. Let's take. And there is still that threat. He cannot check. Now the real and only question is that, is there a checkmate? I'm thinking about this. But that's not so great. Check. Okay, let's play basic. No risk. Yeah. I take back the rook, and I have a very strong advantage, and I may win that cannon even, like rook check. Check. And that's like so many pieces ahead. That's... Oh, nah, not happy with this. Still 10 points is not so bad. He cannot win the cannon because I come back. What's the idea? Okay, that's to take. Yeah, not bad. Not sure there's a way to... Knight. Take.
십 초 남았습니다.
Considering that I'm losing the cannon, whatever happens, I could lose a knight or the cannon. I prefer to play it like this, so that if he goes there, I bring the knight, and after that I take the pawn. And if he comes back to the center, I simply take.
10초 남았습니다.
Still that will be a kind of annoying endgame. Yes, of course I take. Okay, and I simply need to hide the king and push the pawn to the fortress, and that may be it. Okay, no way. Just need to see what kind of square the elephant threatens. He was probably trying to aim for a checkmate there. That's So this is the mistake. Okay, so I will waste some time with the knight on the side just to hide the king. Yeah, that seems to be reasonable because there's no way for him to go back. No way to dig with the pawns, no way to do something. So in the end we lost only one game, and it's because I was blind. Two moves in a row. I forgot a check and I forgot that the cannon was threatening, but the overall performance is quite okay. And I will be streaming Sunday, I think like 6 p.m, something like this. So maybe it won't be like too late if some Korean wants to see. Yeah, 5 or 6 p.m, and I will try to get to the one done. And yeah, that will be it mainly. So thanks for watching, and see you in 2 days to continue the series to the one done. Have a nice end of evening, and see you. Bye.